Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Shauna DeLacy Porter, and today we have Suren Nanayakkara, who is the CTO of CreativeHub. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited to learn more about your story as well as about CreativeHub. So to get us started, to kick right off, if you could tell me about your early career and how you got to what you're doing.
Yeah, so thank you for having me here, Shauna. So I started my career over 2 decades ago as a software engineer, driven by a desire to create tech solutions that would have a real impact on people's lives. In early stage, I worked on everything from streamlining government department processes to building mobile payment platforms for emerging markets. This broad experience taught me the importance of understanding not only the technology, but also the people and business context around it. Over time, I took on leadership roles in industries like retail, fintech, mobility tech, and legal tech. During these years, I realized that technology alone does not drive progress. It is the interaction of human needs, market insights, and strategic execution that truly moves the needle. That understanding let me co-found Creative Hub, where we have combined our passion for user-focused innovation with a clear mission, help business thrive through the digital transformation.
Wow, that's so cool. And it's so cool how you have a little bit of everything, you know, the retail and all that. And so kind of all adds into it. I'm sure all those experiences, you know, have helped you into where you are today. So speaking about CreativeHub, so you could give me a little more in depth about the company and kind of like what your main product lines are.
Yeah. So CreativeHub is a digital solutions provider that builds applications, AI-powered systems, and user experiences that drive measurable growth. We offer 3 things. Custom development, where we build web and mobile apps designed around the client-specific goals. We also have AI product engineering, where we embed advanced AI capabilities into products, making them more predictive, interactive, and adaptive. And finally, we have UI UX design, where we focus on clean, intuitive interfaces that resonate with users and convert casual visitors into loyal advocates. Our flagship product is called Marketrix. It's an AI agent that learns from products workflows through simulations and provide on-screen context-aware guidance to users. It is not just about helping with navigation. It actively anticipates user questions, offers step-by-step support, and adapt over time. It creates a guided and effortless experience that leads to fewer user errors and higher satisfaction. So moving forward, we are embracing what we call the new world tech stack, a low-code, no-code, and prompt-based approach that includes developing complex while allowing our AI solutions like Marketrix to integrate more seamlessly. This new direction will make our offerings more accessible, scalable, and customizable, which is essentially for our franchise model strategy that we have for future.
Wow, that's super cool. And I love the customizable part. You know, I'm sure everyone's going to love that, because who doesn't love something that's custom to them? So I'm sure you definitely, had some challenges. What would you say are or were the significant challenges that you faced in the initial stages of the business, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, in the early stages, the biggest challenge was building a cohesive team with the depth of expertise to manage complex tech projects. We needed people who understood both the cutting edge of AI and nuances of user experience. Another hurdle was the global nature of our client base. navigating multiple time zones, the cultural differences, and evolving requirements demanded adaptability, right? So to
Mhm.
tackle these issues, we adopted agile methodology and built a transparent communications framework. Team members were encouraged to take ownership of projects, propose creative solutions, and keep clients informed in real time. This approach, of course, fostered a sense of shared purpose, helped us pivot when needed, and laid the groundwork for our future expansion through a franchise model.
Yes, it definitely makes sense, to the expansion part, how you got there. So we asked about the most challenging time. Now let's get to the good part. What has been the most satisfying moment in the business so far?
So one of the most rewarding moments has been seeing how Marketrix transforms user experience in real-world applications. When clients report that their users are completing tasks faster, making fewer mistakes, and actually enjoying the interface, it reinforces the value of our AI-driven approach. It is a reminder that technology is not just about efficiency; it is about enhancing people's everyday interactions with digital products. I am also proud about our team, watching individual contributors grow into leaders, come up with groundbreaking ideas, and collaborate across time zones in deeply is deeply fulfilling. Their passion and innovation pushes the entire organization forward.
Yes, I definitely think passion and innovation always is a driving force in that for sure. So that's wonderful to hear. Um, what would you say what are some key values that your company represents, and how do you assure that they're upheld?
Yeah, so we work around three key values at Creative Hub. First one is customer obsession. We immerse ourselves into our customer challenges, making sure the solution we build align perfectly with their goals. Or we try to understand what is not explicitly said by the customer, but to understand what they really want as the end solution. Secondly, we is innovation, right? We embrace new tools and approaches from our agentic AI initiatives to our low code, no code technologies to stay afloat of digital transformation. And the third value is collaboration. We believe that breakthrough comes when teams pool their insights and challenges one another to go further. So these values are integrated into everyday processes and decisions we do. We start projects with in-depth discovery session, and then we maintain an open channel for feedback, and we encourage R&D so that everyone can explore creative ideas without fear of failure.
Wow, I love that. I love especially the last part, without the fear people can share, because I think that's vital for a company to succeed. So, speaking of like succeeding, how would you define success for yourself and for the business as well?
On a personal level, success means creating technology that genuinely impact how people work and live, as well as help our team to grow and become self-managed. Of course, for Creative Hub, success is measured by three factors. First, the impactful products, right? We want our solutions to drive meaningful results, whether that is boosting a client's revenue or radically improving a user satisfaction. Secondly, thriving culture. We measure how well our team members grow in their roles, collaborate, and push each other to innovate. Thirdly, scalable growth. Our aim is to develop a franchise model that allows us to replicate our success and make our solutions accessible worldwide. Ultimately, of course, success is about delivering real value to users and clients while building an organization that can sustain and amplify this vision over time.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree completely on that. So my next question for you is, how do you handle adversity and doubt?
In my view, adversity is proof that we are taking on worthwhile challenges. When
Mhm.
doubt arises, I break the problem into smaller steps, and then I try to gather data to make informed decision for each of those steps. I encourage everyone on the team to share concerns early, fail safe, fail early, so we can address them together. We use an iterative approach, again aligned with agile approach I told a bit earlier. We try something, then we evaluate it, we learn from it, and then we refine refine what we did. And of course, most of the time, the customer is kept in this loop as well, so that the customer feedback is also collected, and then we iterate together, so that it's not that something we build for months and deliver that might not meet customer needs. This feedback loop, of course, ensures we grow from our setbacks rather than be stifled by them.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And I'm sure the customer feedback is very helpful. So since we're kind of speaking of, working on things and all that fun stuff, can you share maybe a failure that later became a success or a valuable lesson that has happened to you?
Yeah, sure. So in our early days, we underestimate the level of simulation needed for our flagship product that is called Marketrix.
Okay.
And this led it to not effectively learn a client's product workflows. The initial results was an AI agent that struggled with corner cases, leading to a poor user experience. Right? We quickly learned that agentic AI required not just raw data, but also carefully structured simulations that mimic real-world user behaviors. So that challenge led us to invest heavily in building robust product simulations. Today, Marketrix can self-learn with minimum oversight, adapt to new features, and provide targeted on-screen support that feels truly intuitive, right? So this pivot turned a setback into the foundation for one of our key differentiators.
Wow, I love that. Definitely turn that failure kind of mishap into something great. So I'm glad to hear that. You did talk a little bit about innovation and everything like that, but I was wondering, how do you foster, creativity within your organization as well as innovation?
Yeah. So innovation goes hand in hand with what kind of projects that we do or what kind of technology that we anticipate we would market in future through Creative Hub. So to that end, we set aside regular sprints or durations that we call innovation sprints, where teams focus on new technologies or experimental features. During these sprints, there is no penalty for ideas that do not span out. We also hold internal hackathons to explore everything from agentic AI enhancements to prompt-based tools for our new world tech stack. The main goal is to cultivate a culture where we experimentation is celebrated and insights are shared freely, even though it is successful or a failure. After
Mhm.
all, failures also gives us a chance to learn from those mistakes and not do it again.
Definitely. I've always said, when there's an obstacle, there's also an opportunity to learn and grow. And it sounds like to me, definitely you can have obstacles in life, but they definitely can turn into opportunities where you learn and grow and expand your knowledge. So thank you for answering that. My next question for you is regarding the company and kind of like what the long-term vision is for Creative Hub.
Yeah, so we plan to become a global leader in digital transformation by focusing on firstly franchise model. Under that we aim to replicate our success through a franchise model, allowing like-minded entrepreneurs and service providers to offer creative hub solutions in their local markets.
Mm,
Secondly, we focus on AI evolution. We see Marketex evolving into an even more advanced AI agent that can seamlessly integrate with a variety of platforms, providing universal on-screen support. And thirdly, the new world tech stack. We want to continue transforming the development landscape, software development landscape, of course, with low code, no code, and prompt based tools that makes building and deploying apps faster and more accessible. By championing these pillars, we believe Creative Hub can shape how businesses and their end users interact with the technologies in the years ahead.
okay. Thank you for answering that. I love that vision. So how do you approach risk in your business? Because I'm sure that's,
So
people
risky.
are nervous with risk. So if you could share.
Yeah, sure. So risk is a constant companion in innovation, as you very well know, and we address it with calculator steps. First
Mm,
step is assessment. Of course, we need to evaluate the potential upsides and downsides of each venture. Secondly, mitigation. We plan for potential pitfalls by allowing resources, time, and contingency measures. What if something we do because we innovate and we do it for the first time? Probably we don't have experience. What if it fails? What should we do next? Finally, strategic bets. We recognize that groundbreaking advances often require bold moves, so we do not shy away from taking risks that align with our vision.
mm.
Balancing caution with ambition is, of course, key to sustainable growth.
Right, absolutely. I definitely agree on that. So kind of moving into your leadership and your leadership style, can you describe what your leadership style looks like and kind of how you cultivate team culture?
Yeah, so my leadership style is anchored in collaboration and clarity of vision. I believe in setting ambitious goals, then giving teams the autonomy to innovate on the best path forward is the way to go. Of course, our culture also emphasizes open communication where we maintain transparent channels with everyone within our teams as well as customers, where everyone can share ideas or concerns. Then we empower each team member so that they have the freedom to experiment and take ownership for their success. Then finally,
Mm,
continuous learning. As being in the IT industry, of course, things change very fast. New software, new innovations, new ideas, new things comes up. So we sponsor training sessions. We encourage peer-led workshops and give people time to explore emerging technologies. By
wow.
combining trust with high standards, of course, we create a workspace where creativity thrives and meaningful solutions emerge.
Wow, that's amazing. I love that. And I love, the open communication. I think that's so beneficial for everyone, whether it's like a friendship or in a career, open communication and being able to share concerns and make comments is always helpful. So you kind of touched about the business and how it's evolved, but if we could maybe go into further depth about how the business has evolved since you first started.
Yeah, so Creative Hub began primarily as a custom development agency. Over time, we have expanded into AI-driven products, refined our user experience, design offering, and initiated a shift to low-code, no-code, and prompt-based development. This evolution has position us for faster, more flexible solutions. We have also laid the groundwork for a franchise model that will let us extend our reach without sacrificing quality or personalization. We want to empower partners around the world to offer Creative Hub tech expertise, bridging gaps, bringing their uh, local market expertise, and drive innovation in their own markets.
Mm. Love that. My next question for you is there a book or a mentor or maybe an event that significantly influenced your journey to be where you are today?
Yes, so the book that has significantly influenced my journey is a book called The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. It had a huge impact on my approach to product development, mainly because most of my career I involved with the tech startups from around the world. This book taught me the value of continuous iteration, learning from customers by listening to them early and avoiding the trap of perfecting a product before going into market. So mentors throughout my career have also pushed me to aim higher than I thought possible, emphasizing that technology should serve a bigger vision rather than being an end uh, in itself.
Mm, yes, definitely, definitely. I've always thought of the quote like "shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars." Those mentors were definitely like "shoot for the moon, If you don't, you'll land among the stars, and that still be just as bright. So, speaking of that book, it clearly impacted you. So, what would you say now are the most what are the most critical skills that you believe an entrepreneur needs to succeed?
Yeah, three things. One, empathy. You need to truly understand your customer, your team, and the market landscape, and it is crucial to building a solution that matters. Secondly, adaptability. Markets evolve rapidly, and staying flexible is often the difference between thriving and missing opportunities. Thirdly, resilience. Entrepreneurship is demanding. Most of the people might come from a employment to start their own business, and they need to understand it's maybe 1,000 or 10,000 times difficult than just doing a paid job. The ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep learning is what sustains progress. Combining with a clear vision and solid execution, these skills, I believe, will equip an entrepreneur to navigate the challenges ahead.
Yeah, I definitely think resilience is a big one. Having that resilience to get back up when you're knocked down, or bounce back when you have that obstacle, kind of how you said, and turning it into a valuable lesson. To end, I would like to ask, what advice would you give to someone wanting to start their own company, or maybe like what advice you wish you got when you were starting the company?
Yeah, few things. Solve a real world problem, right? Begin with an issue that affects people in a significant way and validate your ideas early. It could be a local problem, or it could be a national problem, or a global problem, but always try to solve a real world problem. Next is build a strong team. Surround yourself with people who complement your strengths and can challenge you to grow. Need not, I mean, you should not see people older than you as the only people that can challenge you. Even very young people coming from a different generation can really challenge you with new ideas, ways that you never thought that is possible. Next is stay open to feedback. Release a minimum viable product or the most valued product. Gather user insights and evolve your product based on real data. Then finally, think about scalability. From day one, consider how your product or service could scale, whether that is through technology or a franchise model or a partnership or some other strategy, right? So above all, remember that building a business is a journey of discovery. Stay curious, embrace experimentation, and let each challenge guide you to an even stronger solution. So that's my advice.
Wow, that is such great advice. Thank you for sharing that. I really love the be open for feedback, because sometimes I think people can see it as like criticism, or they're trying to be knocked down, when really they're most of the time people are trying to help. So definitely being open to feedback is super beneficial, I'm sure. So thank you for that great advice, and thank you for your time today. I really enjoyed learning about your story and getting to know more about Creative Hub and what it does and what it's going to do. So thank you so much again for your time today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thank you everyone for joining us.
Thank you as well, and nice to have be here.
Yes.